Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim. Today we are going to start with the database task, which is task 3. So here the examiner say you are going to prepare some reports. Make sure all currency values are display the currency sample. This is the first one and are set to 0 decimal place. So I have to make sure when I give the data of the currency value, I have to make sure it have the currency sample, and it should also display it as a 0 decimal place. So in question 18, say using a suitable database package, import the file sp02yacht.csv. Here we have the CSV file. We have to import the CSV file inside our database package application. So I have to just open my work area. Inside my work area, I can create a database uh, package in here. I can also do it from the window. I can go to Windows from the keyboard, just click on Windows, and right here access access. Here you have the application. You can click on it, open. Now when the application is open, I should just click on new and click on new blank database, and I should just browse this inside my work area in the desktop. Just put this inside your work area and save it with the name database as it is. And this is the first uh, step to just open the application. So this is you can do it with another way. You can also just ignore all this, and you can just open your work area, and inside your work area just go anywhere empty and click right click from the mouse and click on new, and from new you can just add the Microsoft Access database. From here it will be directly open inside your work area as a new database empty file. You can just click on it, it will open like this. Now here we have the database application. You can just click on enable content to make sure everything is worked correctly. So I have to go back to my question. Here I have to import the CSV file. So to do that, simply we can import a new CSV file as in a table inside our work area by just click on external data. And from external data, there is a new new data source over here. Click on it. It will give you this options. From this, you can click from file and click on text file. Never go click on Excel. Yeah, it's CSV file, it's Excel file, but we have to import it as a text file. So just click on text file. It will open this dialog box. From this dialog box, I have to make sure I import this folder or this CSV file as a new data or new table in the current database. So I have to make sure I click on this first option to make sure I import it as a new table. From browse, just from your work area, you will find this file inside your work area in the desktop. Click on it. This is my work area. The file is called csv dot yacht sp dot sp02 yacht.csv. This is the file. Click just one click on it and click on open. From here you can just click on OK. It will open another dialog box. Here our work is a start. This is how we can import our CSV file inside our database. Simply from this window, make sure you click on delimited character such as a common or table separated each field. So because the file itself, it's a CSV file. If we just open it from here, let me just open the file to show you. It must be separated by a comma because it's a table. If you take a look right here, you have this table. Each field is separated from the other, and when we import a file, such a file like this, into the database, it should be separated with one of two, either to be a comma or a dot. So close and don't save. You have to make sure we import it as delimited, and from advanced, this option, click on advanced. It will open this dialog box. Here we have two things we need to do. We have to make sure it's delimited from here, and also remember the last time I said we have to put the date format as day, months, and year, because the European or the Britain people dealing with a um, calendar or the daily calendar as a day, months, and year. So I have to make sure I change the date order from here, from this option, date order. Click on it and make sure it's DMY, because this is a shortcut for day, months, and year. Here we have day, year, and months. Here we have months, day, and year. Just I need day, months, and year. So click on it and make sure it's delimited and click on OK. Now we have to click on next. From here, by default is going to be a common. So the comma is the correct one. Make sure you have the first row contain the field's name, because the first row, if we just click on here, you see now it's became a table, and this table separated from each other, and there is a content, or the first row contain the field's name. If you see in here, we have yacht name, type, yacht ID, length, and so on. So make sure you click on comma, and first row contain the field name. Then we have to go next. Here we can also change the data type of the fields. These fields, we can change the data type from here, but I will ignore this one. I will never change it from here. I will keep this. We have to put the data type as the examiner instructed in here. He say the yacht is a text, and type is text, and yacht ID is text, and the length is number, and it's have one decimal place. You can do this one from here. You can change. If you click on yacht, you can change it from here to text, yes or no, and so on. All these are data type. I will just ignore this one from here. Now we'll keep press on next. The only one I can change it from here is if we have just like uh, a boolean or logical field. So imagine this is a 0 or 1, just 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Boolean or logical, we say the boolean or logical is only have the two values, 0 or 1, yes or no, true or false, on or off. So imagine this is a boolean field. We can just click on here, data type, and change. By highlighting this one, change the data type to yes or no. When you change it to yes or no, it became boolean or logical. Let me see crew here. A boolean logical is true or false, yes and no. This is the data type for the boolean logical. It's supposed to be yes or no. So I will just let this as it is. It's a number, so we have to be integer. You can click on next. Here you can choose the primary key. We have the something we call the primary key, and the primary key is one of these fields is supposed to be a unique field, and we're saying unique field. By saying unique field, that means it's supposed to be not it's not supposed to be repeated field, or it can be shared, or it can be copied or duplicated. So the unique field is something that can be never change to anything. It's unique. So you can choose the primary key, and if you get back to your uh, question paper, you'll find here the examiner say set the yacht ID as a primary key. So I will set yacht ID. I have here yacht ID. This is the yacht ID field. I will click on choose my own primary key and click on yacht ID. So now the yacht ID is the primary key. You can let the access also add the primary key. He will give you a new field called ID by choosing the numbers that cannot be duplicated. So here the examiner give me the primary key. I will choose yacht ID and I will click on next, and here just click on finish and this click on close. You will find the table is appear over here. This is the area of your tables, so click on it. This is your table. So now we have the table called SP02 yacht, and this is the details of the table. So now we have to change the data type. He say use the field as an field name as the data type. So we have to set this data type. So we can do this from by going here and click on right click on the table and go to design view. You can see your database by two views. You can see it from here. We have here down the design view, and we have the datasheet view. So we have the design view and the datasheet view. You can click right click from here, and also we have the design view and datasheet view. You can choose any of those. So I will choose this one. So I will go to design view. It will open this window. From this window, I'm supposed to set the data exactly as the examiner mentioned in here. So he say yacht name, type, yacht ID, all of those are links, are text. So I have to change this. Short text are by default are short text, and short text or text is the same. So the length is number, but I have to make sure it's set to one decimal place. So this is length, it's number by default. So here in down in the general, here we have the decimal place. So I have to make sure from this area click on auto and change this to 0 as the examiner mentioned. He said 0 decimal place. Yeah, he said no, one decimal place. So this one is one decimal place, so I have to make sure it's one decimal place. One. Go back to the question paper. The build ID is text. Yeah, it's short text, and the price is number and currency. This is the price, supposed to be number and currency, and to change it to number or currency from format, you can change it here to currency, and the currency number is supposed to set to zero decimal place, so change the decimal place from here to 0. So now we change the price as the examiner mentioned. The examiner say here price is number and currency, the currency sample, and 0 decimal place. So I change it from here, click on price. You will find in general down, you can change for the format to currency, and you can change the decimal place to 0. Now we finish from this. The build year, the sleep, and the crew field. Both of these fields are number, and you say it by default are number. So you can just right click here at the top and save it. And you can go to the data sheet view to see if the data is set correctly. So you see here text, we have number in here. You may have to make sure the length is 0 decimal place. So length, you see it here, all of these fields are not 0. We have to here 2 decimal place. What we do if we face in a problem like this,
Hello,
you can
welcome
go
back to
back
my
to the
YouTube
design
channel.
view,
This is Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim. Today we are going to start with the
and from
database
here
task, which is task 3.
links,
So here the
you can
examiner say
go
you are
and click
going
on
to prepare some
uh,
reports. Make sure all currency values are
lookup,
display
or you can
currency
click
sample.
on
This
format.
is the first
You can click on
1
format,
and
and from
are
format
set
just
to
choose
0
choose
decimal place. So I
fixed it
have to
or
make that fixed or
when I
standard.
and when you go back
Give the
to
data
the
of the currency value. I have to make sure it
data
have
sheet
the
view, you
currency
will
sample,
find, you
and
click on yes to save, you will
it should
find the
also
things is set to
display
one decimal
as
place.
a 0
If you
decimal
take a
place.
look to the
So in question
data in here,
18, say
all of them are
using the
set
suitable
to
database package,
one
import the
decimal place.
file
So also the price,
sp32yah.csv.
the price
So
here is supposed to be zero
here
decimal
we
place.
have
So I need
the
to
CSV
go to
file. We have to
the
import
right
the
click
CSV file
for
inside
to
our
see
database
from the design view
package
is the price is
application.
currency
So I have to just
and
open
set to
my
zero
work
decimal
area.
place. So it's
Inside my work area,
currency
I can
and
create
set to
a
zero decimal place.
database
So go back to the
uh,
data sheet view.
package in here.
See
I
here
can
is zero
also do
decimal
it
place.
from
So
the window. I can go to
you say
Windows
save the data.
from the keyboard.
Now I
Just
save
click
the data
on Windows, and right here,
and he say
access.
place in your evidence document a screenshot show the
Access.
field name, the data type, and the
Here you
primary
have the
key.
application. You
And
can click on
also
it,
you can see the primary key from the
open.
design view. Here we have the sign of the key. Here we have the sign of
Now,
the key.
when the
Here
application is open,
this
you
sign
should just click
is
on New
show you that you
and
have a primary
click
key in
on
this
New
field,
blank
the
database.
yacht ID.
And I should
So
just
we need to
browse
make
this
sure
inside
we
my
take the
work
screenshot
area
in the
as I will
desktop.
show you
Just
right
put
now.
this
Go to the snipping tool
inside
by go
your
to the
work area
window,
and save it
and
with
from
the
here click
name database
to it as it is.
snipping tool.
And this is the
Click
first
on it,
uh,
click on new,
step to
and
just
make sure you
open
open the design
the
view.
application. So
The
this
screenshot is taken
you
as
can do it
shown.
with
From
another
here
way. You
show
can
the table
also just
name,
ignore all this, and you can
the
just open
data
your
name or
work
the
area,
field name,
and inside your work
data
area
type,
just
and the
go
format you are
anywhere
doing.
empty and click right click from the mouse and click on new.
Take the
And
screenshot
from new
like
you can
this,
just
click on right
add
click,
the Microsoft
copy
Access
and paste
database.
it
From here it will
inside
be
your
directly
evidence document
open inside your work
as
area as a new database
evidence.
empty
Let me see.
file. You can just click on it. It will open like this. Now here we have the
We'll place it
database
right here
application. You can just click on enable content to make sure everything
as
is work
evidence
correctly.
4.
So
Place it
I
from
have
here
to go back to my
and make
question.
sure you
Yeah,
are
I have to import the CSV file.
everything
So to do
in
that,
the right
simply we can
position.
import a new CSV
Put this
file
one
as in a
down
table
here
and
inside our
save
work
area
this
by
evidence
just click
document
on
and close it
external
for the
data.
time being.
And from external data, there is a new
In
data
question 19,
source,
the
new
examiner
data
say
source over here.
examine
The
click on
file
it
SV, it will give you this options. From
builder.csv.
this,
I
you can click from
identify the
file
most
and click
appropriate
on
field to
text file.
set as a
Never go click
primary
on
key.
Excel. Yeah, it's CSV file, it's Excel file, but we
Question
have to
19
import
was
it as a
supposed to
text
be
file. So
examine the
just
file.
click
So
on
we're
text file.
supposed to
It will
open the file
open
builder.
this
This is
dialog
a
box.
file
From this dialog box, I
builder.csv.
have to make sure I import
Now
this
make sure
folder or
you
this CSV
choose
file as
the
a new data or new table
you
in the
see the
current
view of
database. So I
the
have to make sure I click on this first option to make sure I
file
import
the
it as a
correctly.
new
Click
table from browse.
on
Just
any
from your
place
work area, you
between
will find this file
the
inside
fields
your
and
work
double click
area in the
between them
desktop. Click
to
on it.
just see
This is my
the
work area. The file is called
file in the correct way. So
csv.
we need to examine this file. This is
Yeah,
A is builder name,
sp
B is builder ID, C is an address, D
sp02yah.csv. This is
place,
the file. Click
region,
just one click on it
F
and
file,
click on
builder
open.
country, build
From here, you
country,
can just click on
country
OK.
code, service,
It will
and so
open
on. So
another
we have
dialog
this field. We
box.
need to
Yeah, our work is
identify
started.
the most appropriate field to
This
set as a
is
primary key.
how
You
we
say
can
the primary key is the unique field that cannot
import
be
our
repeated or duplicated
uh,
or being
CSV
copied.
file inside our
So
database. Simply from this
we may
window,
need
make
to
sure you click on delimited
see
character
one of
such
those
as a common
fields is
or
the primary
table
key. So
separated
to identify the primary
each
key field, let's see.
so
We can
because
share
the
the
file
name. My
itself
name is Muhammad.
it's a CSV file. If we
You
just open it
can
from here,
also
let me just open the file
be
to show you.
Muhammad. Someone else can be named
It must
Muhammad.
be
So
separated by
my
a
name
comma because it's
cannot
a table.
be
If you take a look right
a
here,
primary key.
we
So
have this
let's give
table.
it a color like
Each
this.
field is separated
It
from the
cannot
other,
be a primary
and
key.
When we import a file, such a file like this, into the database, it should be separated with one of two, either to be a comma or a dot. So close and don't
the
save.
same country.
We
So
have to make sure we import it
in the USA there
as
is
delimited,
an address
and
of,
from
let's
advanced,
say,
this
New York.
option, I live in New York, you live in New York, we live in the
Click
same
on
street,
advanced. So the
it will
address can be
open this
shared,
dialog
so it
box.
cannot be
Here we have
primary
two
key.
things we need to do.
So
We have to make
for
sure
a
it's
place
delimited
also,
from here,
we can be
and also remember the last
live
time I
in the
said
same tower,
we have
for
to put
example.
the
So the same
date
place can be shared. So
format
the
as
place
day,
is
months, and year,
cannot
because
be
the
a primary
European
key.
or the British
So also for
people
the region,
dealing with
I am in the
um,
USA. USA is
day,
in the
calendar or
American.
the daily
In America,
calendar as a day,
the
months, and
America
year.
is
So I
in
have to
the other
make
side
sure I
of the
change the
earth.
date
So
order from here, from this
or in
option,
the
date order.
North
Click
or
on
South
it
America. So
and make sure
we
it's
can share the
BMY,
same region
because
also.
this
So
is
the
a shortcut
region is
for
cannot be
day,
primary key.
months, and year.
Also for
Here we
the
have day,
zip
year, and
code,
months. Here we have months, day, and year.
zip code,
Just I
it
need
can
day,
be
months, and year. So click on it
taken
and make
by
sure it's
someone
delimited and click on
else. When
OK.
you finish
Now we
use
have to
the
click
zip
on
code, this
next.
zip code, it can be taken from
From
you
here,
and given to another one.
by default
So
is going to be a
the
command.
zip code, it cannot be
So the
a
comma
primary
is the
key.
correct
Also
one.
the build
Make sure you
tree
have the first row
cannot
contain the
be
field's name,
primary
because the
key. As you
first
see
row,
here,
if
we
we
have
just
Canada,
click on
Canada,
here,
Canada,
you
Canada,
see now
China,
it's
China, China,
became
China.
a
So it's
table, and
duplicated,
this
so it
table
cannot be a
separated from
primary
each
key.
other,
We have
and there is
duplicated data in
content,
here.
or
Also,
the first
CA,
node
CA,
contain the field's name,
we
if you
have a
see in
duplicated
here.
data
We
in
have
here.
yacht name,
So
type,
the country code is
ID,
cannot
length,
be
and so
a
on.
primary
So
key.
make sure you click on
So
comma,
for the serve,
and first row
also we have
contain the field
duplicated
name,
data.
then we have to
Cannot
go
be a
next.
primary key.
Here we
The
can
ID
also
also we have
change the data
1111
type
country
of
ID. So
the
it cannot be a primary key. This
fields.
field is
These
also
fields we
cannot
can
be
change the data
primary
type
key.
from
For the
here,
telephone number
but I will
also,
ignore this one.
when you
I will never change
traveling
it from
from
here. I will
a
keep
country to
this.
another
You
and
have to
never
put
return to this
the
country back again,
data
your
type
number
as
is
the
going to
exam
taken
instructed
from
in
you
here. You
and
say
give
the
to
yacht
another
is the
person.
text, and type
So
is text, and
telephone
yacht
also
ID is
cannot
text, and
be
the link is
primary
number,
key.
and it's half one
So
decimal place.
on
You
the
can
from
do
our
this
view
one from here. You
manually
can
we
change. If you
choose,
click
we
on
see that
yacht,
the build
you can
ID is
change
the
it from here
most
to text,
the
yes or
most
no, and so on.
correct
These all these are data
field
type.
to set
I
as
will
a
just
primary
ignore this
key.
one
And if
from
you take a
here.
look to the
Now
data
we'll
of
keep
build ID, you will never find
press
any
on next.
duplicated data in
The only
this
one
field. So this
I
field
can change it from
is
here
the
is if we have
primary
just like
key.
uh,
So
a
we
boolean or logical
identify the
field. So
primary
imagine
key
this is a 0 or 1,
manually.
just 0
So
1
this
0
is
1
not
0
the
1 0 1. Boolean or logical, we
right
say the
way
Boolean or
to
logical is only have the two values, 0 or
identify the
1, yes or
primary
no,
key,
true
and
or false,
it's
on and
going and this way is going
off.
to
So
take a lot
imagine
of
this
time
is a
from you,
Boolean field.
especially
We can
inside the
just click
exam.
on here,
So
data type,
to
and
ignore
change
all
it.
this, we
By
have a
highlighting
function
this
that
one,
can help
change
us
the data
to
type to yes or
identify
no.
our
When you
primary
change it to
key.
yes and no,
Simply
it
we can
became
just
Boolean or logical. Uh, Let me see
highlight
two
all the data,
here.
and we have here
Boolean
we have a function
logical
from home called
is
conditional formatting.
true or
Click on it,
false, yes and
and
no.
here
This is the data type
you
for the
can
Boolean logical. It should
click
it's
on
supposed to be
highlight
yes or no. So I will
cell rules and click
just
duplicated
let this
values
as it is. It's a number, so we have to
and
be
give him a rule to show
integer,
you any
and
duplicated
click on
values
next.
as a red text,
Here you can
or you can choose
choose the primary
like
key. We have the something we call the primary key, and
way
the primary key
for the
is
duplicated value
one
and
of
click
these fields is
on
supposed to
OK.
be a
It
unique
will show
field,
you
and we're
any
saying unique
duplicated
field. By saying
value,
unique field,
duplicated data
that
inside
means
this
it's supposed to be not
data. So if
it's
you
not
just
supposed to
drag
be
down, you will
repeated
find there
field,
is a duplicated
or
data
it can be shared,
in
or
here.
it can
Again,
be
we say
copied
the
or
telephone
duplicated.
cannot be
So
shared,
the unique field is something
so
that
it's
can
not a
be
primary key. And for
never
the
change to anything.
address
It's
cannot be
unique.
shared, it's not a
So
primary key.
you
You see
can
here we have a
choose the
duplicated
primary key,
values,
and if you get back
and
to
we have
your
here
uh,
the build
question paper, you
ID
will find
is
here the
the
examiner say
most
set the yacht
correct
ID as a
one
primary
to
key.
choose
So I will
as a
set
primary key.
yacht
So this
ID.
is
I
how you
have
can
here yacht
identify the primary
ID.
key. Just
This is
highlight
the
the
yacht
cell,
ID field. I will
all the
click on
data
choose my
from
own primary
home,
key
and
and
from
click
home
on
go
yacht
click
ID.
and
So now the yacht ID is the
choose
primary conditional format, go to highlight cells and rule and click on give you a new field called ID by using the numbers that cannot be duplicated. So
when you identify the primary
here the
key, just
examiner
close
give
this
me
file
the
and
primary
make
key. I will
sure
choose
you
the actual
never
ID and I will click on
to
next.
save this file. Don't
And
save this file,
here
because when
just
you
click
save the
on finish
this file, you will
and
change
this
the
click
data
on
of this
close.
file and the format
You will
that
find the
cannot
table is
be
appear over
imported
here.
inside
Here
the
this is the
database,
area
because the
of
examiner is
your
going to
tables,
ask you
so click
to
on it.
import this CSV
This is
file
your
inside the table.
table. So
So
now we have
don't
the
save
table called
this
SC
file.
Yacht,
Remember
and this is the
to don't save
details
this file.
of
So
the
go click
table.
on don't save
So now we have
and go
to
back to
change
the
the data type. He say
question paper,
use the
and he
field
said
as
import
field
this
name
file as a
as the data
new
type. So we have
table in
to
your
set
database.
this
So
data
I'm
type.
going to
So
go
we
back
can
to
do
my
this
database,
from
save the
by going
table
here and
I
click on right click on
imported
the
before,
table
and
and go to
click on right
design
click
view.
on the
You can
table and
see
so choose
the
close. And
now I have to
your
import another table
database by
inside
two
this
views. You
database.
can see it
So
from here.
from
We
external
have
data,
here, go to the new data source, and from file, go click on text
so
file
we have the design view
and
and the
make sure to
view. You
import
can
the
click
source
right
file
click
into the
from
database, a
here,
new
and
table,
also
as a
we
new
have the
table,
design
and
view
click on
and the sheet
browse
view. You can choose any of those,
from
so I will choose this
your
one.
work area in
So
the
I will go
desktop
to design view. It will
to the
open
build
this window.
build
From this window,
builders
I'm
CSV
supposed
file and
to
click on
set the
open.
data exactly
Go click on OK to
as
open this
the
dialog box.
examiner mentioned
We
in
said we
here.
have to choose
So
the
he
limited.
say yacht name,
And go to
type,
advanced and make
tax
sure you
ID.
change the date
All
order
of those
to day,
are
months, and
links,
year. For
are
me,
text. So I
DMI,
have to
and
change
click
this.
on the limited.
Short text are by
And
default are
OK.
short
Now
text,
you
and
can
short
click
text
on
or
next,
text is the
comma,
same.
and
So
you choose the first row
the
contain the
length
field
is
name,
number,
as we
but
have the
I have to
first
make
row
sure it's
contain
set
the
to
field's name.
one decimal place.
Let's
So
go
this
back
is
and check
length.
if we have
It's number
any.
by default. So
No,
here
we
in
don't have any
down in the
table.
general,
So go to next.
here we
If we
have the
have
decimal place. So I have to
data,
make sure
if we have a
from
data
this
table like
area,
this,
click on auto
we need to make sure if we
and
have
change this
a
to
boolean or logical
0 as the examiner mentioned.
field. From
Say
here we need to make sure we click on
0
it and
decimal
change from
place.
data type here to yes or
Yeah,
no.
he
Just
said
when we
no,
have
one decimal
a
place.
boolean or
So
logical.
this one
Here we
is
don't
one
have, so
decimal place.
click
So I
on
have to
next.
make sure it's one
Here we
decimal
have to
place.
identify the primary key,
One.
and we identified
Go back to the
before,
question
and we
paper.
will choose our own primary key and
The
click on
build
builder
ID
ID.
is
Now
text.
we can
Yeah,
click
it's
on
short text,
next
and the
and
price
click
is
on
number and
finish.
currency. This is the price.
From here, click
Supposed to be
on
number and currency, and to change it to
now we
number
have
or
the builder
currency from
ID.
format,
And here
you can
is the
change it
builder
here
ID
to currency,
table.
and
We can
the
go see
currency
it in the design
number
view.
is supposed to set to
This is
zero
the
zero
builder
decimal place.
ID.
So
You
change the
can check
decimal
this
place
is the
from
data
here
type. All the data type
to
are text or
0.
short text. Let's get
So
back to the
now we
question
change
paper. The
the
examiner
price as the
said
examiner mentioned. The
in
examiner
here,
say here price is number and currency,
format
currency
all
sample, and
the
zero
all
decimal
data
place. So I
types as a
change it
text. So
from
I
here,
have to
click on
change all the
price.
data type as a
You will
text,
find
and
in
by
general
default
down. You can
all
change
the
for
data type
format
are
to currency,
text except the telephone. I have to change
and
telephone
you can
to
change the
text,
decimal
short
place to
text,
0.
and
Now we
save
finish
the
from
data
this. The build
and go back to the
year, the
question
sleep,
paper.
and the
He
true
said
field. Both of
set the
these fields
identified
are number,
field as a primary
and
key,
he
and I
said
do
by
this
default
before.
are
You
number.
can
So you
also
can
change the
just
primary
click
key
right
from
click
here
here at the top
and set
and
whatever you need.
save it,
Just click on the field,
and you
right
can
click,
go
and
to
you
the
can set it up
data
as a primary
sheet
key. And
view
I
to
also
see
by
if
default
the
choose it when I
data is
pin the
set correctly.
table.
So
So
you
from
see
here,
here text, we have
save,
number in here. You may have to make sure the length is
and
0 decimal place. So
returning
length,
back to the
you
question
see it
paper, he
here.
said place
With
in your
all
evidence
of these
document
fields are not
screenshot show
0. We have to
showing
here
the
2 decimal
field
place.
names,
What we
data
do if you
type,
face a
and the
problem like this, you
primary
can go
key
back to the
used
design view,
in the table. So I have to take a
and
screenshot
from here
from
links you can
screen
go
to
and click on
and click on new. When I open, let me just
look
go
up,
back here.
or you can click on format. You can click on format, and
Here,
from
and I can
format
click
just
on new right now
choose
and take
fix
a
it or
screenshot, show
standard,
him the
fixed or standard. And when you
table
go back
name,
to the
data name,
data
data
sheet
type,
view, you will find, you
and if
click
I
on
have a
yes to say,
format
you will
in here,
find
I can show
the
him
length
like
is
this.
set
I
to
will take
one
the
decimal
screenshot like
place.
If you take a look
to
to
right
the
click,
data in
copy,
here,
and you can take
all
it
of them
to
are set to
your
one
evidence
decimal place.
document
So
as
also the
evidence
price,
5.
the price
Paste it
here
over
is
here
supposed to be
and
zero
save.
decimal place. So I need to go to
Got the
the
question
right click
paper. In
from
question 20
to
said
see
create
from
a
the design view
one to
if
many
the price
relationship
is
between the
currency
builder ID field.
and
So I
set
have
to
to
0
create
decimal. So
relationship.
it's
We said when we import
currency.
to
I
table
set to 0
into the
decimal place.
database,
So
this
go
is we
back to
call it
the
uh,
worksheet view to see
relational
where
database. So
is
we have a
zero
relational
decimal
database. I
place.
have to
So
relate and link
he
these
said
two
save the
tables
data.
together. So to
Now I save the data.
make the relationship, you can go to
And
database
he said
tools,
place in your
and here
evidence
we have
document
the
a
relationship
relationship,
show
the
tool.
field
Click on
name,
it,
the data
it will
type,
open
and the primary
like
key.
this.
And
From
also
here
you
you
can
can
see the primary key
highlight both
from
of the
the
tables
design view. Here you have
and
the
bring them
sign of the key
or
here.
add them in here.
You have
You
the
can close
sign
this
of
one
the
and
key
you can maximize,
here.
and this sign
Resizing these
is
tables, you can
show
put them
you
like
that you
this to
have a
see
primary key in this field,
the relationship.
the
Yeah,
Now I need to
ID.
link
So we need to make
fields,
sure
two fields. We
called
take the
builder ID
screenshot
in both
as I
tables.
will show
And
you right now.
he
Go
said
to the
builder
builder
tool by go to
ID
the window,
fields,
and
and you
from here
see
click
this S
choose
is tell you
snipping tool.
that we have two fields
Click
called
on it.
builder ID. I have to link them together in
Click
both
on
tables.
new.
So I have builder ID in here in
And
builder table, and I have
make sure you
builder
open the
ID
design
here
view.
in Yak table. So I
The
have to link
screenshot
both
is taken
builder
as
ID
shown.
together by
Click from
just
here.
click
Show
on
the
builder
table
ID and
name,
drag it and drop it into the
the
next builder ID in the
data
next table.
name or the field
When
name,
you just drag it
the
on
data
the
type, and the
other
format
builder
you are
ID, it
doing.
will open this dialog box. This is
Take the screenshot like this.
edit a relation
Right
window.
click,
Here told you we
copy
have
and paste
relate
it
or make a
inside
relationship
your
between two
evidence document
builder ID fields, in
as
the first one in the builder ID
evidence
table and the other in the
ABC.
Yak table. You can just choose enforce
We'll place
and
it
click on
right
create.
here.
Now you have one to many relationship,
Yeah,
and we
as
have three
waiting for.
kinds of
Paste this right here
relationship. The
and
first
make
one is
sure
one
you
to one.
are put everything
Uh,
in the
we
right
have one. Let me
position.
just draw this
Put
person
this one down here
and save this
to
evidence document
just
and close
show
it for
you
the time being. The relationship.
in question 19 the examiner say
I will give you an
examine
example of the
the
relationship. So we have
file
three kind of
sp
relationship. This is one to one, one person dealing
builder.csv.
to
I
one.
identify
We
the
have
most appropriate field to
here
set as a
one to
primary
one
key.
relationship. So we have also to one to many.
In
So
question
one
19
person
we're supposed to be examine the file. So you're supposed to open the file builder
this is
dealing
a file builder, the
with
CSV.
many
Now make sure
persons.
you
Sorry, my
choose
drawing is too bad, but
the
I have to just show you.
so
You
here
see the
one
view
person
of
is
the
dealing to many with many person.
the file the correctly click
One to many.
on
We have also
any
many to many
place between
like
the fields and double
the
click between them
parents
to just
relation
see the
with their child. So
file
this
in the
is the
correct way.
father.
So we need
This
to
is the
examine this
mother.
file.
This is A is builder name, B is builder ID, C is an
And
address,
this
D
is
place,
the
region,
child's
the file,
their child
builder country, build country, country
so this
code,
is we call it
service, and
many
so on.
to
So we have this
many
field. We need to
relationship.
identify the most
So
appropriate field to set
this
as a
is
primary
the
key. You say the primary key is
three
the unique field that cannot be
examples of the
repeated
relationships.
or
This is the
duplicated
first
or
one,
being
this
copied.
is the second one,
So
and this is the third.
we may
One
need
to
to
one, one to many,
see
and many to
one of
many.
those
So this is the three
fields is the
type
primary key.
of
So to
the
identify the
relationship.
primary key,
Going back,
let's see.
now
We can share
we
the
creating
name.
the
My name is
relationship
Muhammad.
between both
You
table.
can
So the examiner
also
say places in your evidence
be
document a screenshot showing
Muhammad.
that
Someone else can
one-to-many
be named
relationship
Muhammad.
is
So the
created between
names
the two
cannot be
tables. So
a primary key.
you
So
can
let's
take the
give it a
screenshot
color
of
like this. It cannot
those
be a
two
primary key.
tables as
So
a
let's
evidence
ignore this one for the
also,
time being.
and
So
also you
address. The
can
address is can
take it
be shared.
in many different ways.
I
I will
live
take it the
in the
screenshot
USA.
like this.
For example, you live in the USA. We share
Same
the same
examiner
country.
looking for
So
this, looking for
in the USA there is
relationship,
an address
smart,
of,
and
let's say, New
you have
York.
linked
I
the
live in New
first
York, you live in New
build
York, we
ID
live
with
in
the
the same
second
street,
build ID.
so the addresses can be
See
shared,
this,
so it
taking
cannot
the
be a
full
primary key.
mark, and I have to
So
show
for
you
a
the other way.
place
You can
also,
also
we
take a
can
screenshot
be
like this. Just click on double click
live in
on
the same
this line
tower,
and
for
open
example.
this one and
So
bring it a
the
little bit
same
here. You
place
can
can
take the
be shared,
screenshot also
so
like this
the
and click
place
on new.
is cannot
You can
be
take
a
the
primary
screenshot
key.
only
So
for this
also for the
box
region,
as a evidence,
I am in the USA.
and you can
USA
even
is
take a
in the
screenshot for
American,
both of them like
in
this
America.
as a screenshot. This is the
The
three
America
ways
is
that you
in
can
the other
take
side
the
of the
screenshot.
earth,
Choose the most
so
appropriate one with you.
or in the
So click on
North
OK.
or South
Let's go
America.
back to
So
the evidence document
we can share the
and
same region
just paste
also.
this
So the region is cannot
over
be a
here
primary key.
as
Also
evidence
with
7
the for
and
the zip
save
code,
this
zip
evidence
code,
document
it
and save
can
the
be
relationship and just
taken
close.
by someone
Now I have
else.
linked
When you
both
finish
two tables
use the
together
zip code, this zip
with
code,
the
it can be
fields
taken from
called
you and given
builder
to another one.
IDs.
So
So now
the zip
in
code
question
cannot be
21, the
a
examiner
primary key.
say
Also, the
add the
build
following
country
as a new
cannot
record
be a
and it
primary
as a
key.
new
If you see here, we have
record
Canada, Canada,
in
Canada, Canada.
the
Yeah, China. So
table.
it's
So I have
duplicated, so
to
it
add
cannot
the
be a
following
primary
record
key.
as a new
We
data
have
in the Yacht
a
table.
duplicated data in
So
here.
opening
Also,
the Yacht
CACACA,
go back to
we have a duplicated
database.
data in
This is
here.
Yacht.
So
Open the Yacht table.
country code is
To
cannot be
import
a
or
primary
add new
key.
data we have
So
here,
for
we
the
can
serve,
go from a
also we
record
have
to
duplicated
another
data,
by from
cannot
down
be a
here
primary
you
key.
can go to the next record.
The
This is take you
ID,
to the next
also we
record.
have
This
1111
is
country
take you to the
ID,
previous. I will
so it
go
cannot
next
be a primary key.
to activate the
This field
previous.
is
Now you
also
can go back
cannot be
to the
primary
previous.
key. For the
If you see
telephone
here we're
number
moving,
also,
let me just move three,
when
one, two,
you
three,
traveling
4, 5,
from
6. We
a
can
country
move.
to
We can
another
go to the
and
last
never
one.
return to
We
this
can go
country
to
back
the
again,
first one.
your number
We can
is going
go
to
by
taken
click
from you and
new.
give to
This is
another
give me a
person.
new blank
So the telephone also
record. I
cannot
can
be
add
a
anything
primary
in
key.
here. I have my
So
data
from
in
our
here. I
view
can just
manually,
copy
we
the
choose, we
data.
see
You will
that the
have to
build
write it
ID
down.
is
I'll just highlight
the most correct
and
field to
copy
set as a
the
primary
data
key. And if you take
and
a
put
look to
them
the
as a
data of
new
build ID, you will
record
never
in
find
here.
any duplicated data in this field. So this field
I can
is
also
the
add the other one.
primary key. So we identify the primary key manually. So this is not the right way to identify the primary key, and it's going, and this way is going to take a lot of time from you, especially inside the exam.
Down to
So
6.
to ignore all this, we have a function that can help us to identify our primary key. Simply we can just
Control V from the keyboard and going back here.
highlight all the data,
26.
and we have
32
here, we
cent,
have a function from home called
26.
conditional formatting. Click on it, and here you can click on highlight
And 31 cent.
cell rules and click duplicated values, and give him a rule to show you any duplicated values as a red text,
795
or you can choose
0
lighted kida, this lighted way for the
2011
duplicated value, and click on OK. It will show you any duplicated
6 and
duplicated data inside this data.
6
So
and
if
3.
you
I
just
have to
drag down, you'll
6
find
here
there is a duplicated
and
data.
3.
So I
In
insert
here.
the new data. I have
Again,
to
we
save
say
it
the telephone
as a new
cannot be
record.
shared, so it's saved right
So
now
it's not a primary key.
as a new record.
For the address cannot be
Yes.
shared. It's not a primary key. You see here
Now
we have a
I
duplicated
enter
values,
this data and
and
save
we
it
have here
in the database.
check build ID
Check
is the most correct
your data
one to choose
entry
as
for
a
any reason.
primary
Save
key.
the
So
data.
this is
This is
how you can
functional.
identify the primary key.
Or you have
Just
2
highlight the
marks
cell,
for this
all the data,
so
home. We will
from home
stop
go click
here,
and
inshallah, and
choose
we'll continue in the
conditional
rest
format.
of
Go to highlight cells and
the
rule and click on
database
duplicated
field
value.
task,
Choose the
inshallah,
most
in
appropriate
the
format
next
for
lesson.
you and
Thank
click
you
on
very much
OK.
for seeing my videos.
This
When
is
you
Mr.
identify the
Muhammad
primary
Ibrahim.
key, just close this
I'm very
file
glad
and
to
make
have you today in
sure
my
you
lesson.
never
Thank you very much
to save
for
this file. Don't save this
seeing this
file, because
videos.
when you
Had
save
a
this
good time
file, you
and
will
bye
change
bye.
the data of this file and the format, and cannot be imported inside the database because the examiner is going to ask you to import this CSV file inside the database. So don't save this file. Remember to don't save this file. So click on don't save and go back to the question paper, and he said import this file as a new table in your database. So I'm going to go back to my database, save the table I imported before, and right click on the table and choose close. And now I have to import another table inside this database. So from external data, go to the new data source, and from file, go click on text file, and make sure to import the source file into the database as a new table, and click on browse from your work area in the desktop. Choose the build ID, builders.csv file, and click on open. Go click on OK. It will open this dialog box. We said we have to choose the limited, and go to advanced and make sure you change the date order to day, month, and year. From here, DMY, and click on the limited, and OK. Now you can click on next, comma, and you choose the first row contain the field name because we have the first row contain the field's name. Let's go back and check if we have any. No, we don't have any table. So go to next. If we have data, if we have a data table like this, we need to make sure if we have a boolean or logical field. From here, we need to make sure we click on it and change from data type here to yes or no, just when we have a boolean or logical. Here we don't have, so click on next. Here we have to identify the primary key, and we identified before, and we will choose our own primary key and click on builder ID. Now we can click on next and click on finish, and from here click on close. Now we have the builder ID in here. This is the builder ID table. We can go see it in a design view. This is the builder ID. You can check this is the data type. All the data type are text or short text. Let's get back to the question paper. The examiner said in here, uh, format all data types as a text. So I have to change all the data type as a text, and by default all the data type are text except the telephone. I have to change telephone to a text, short text, and save this data and go back to the question paper. He said set the identified field as a primary key, and I do this before. You can also change the primary key from here and set whatever you need. Just click on the field, right click, and you can set it up as a primary key. And I also by default choose it when I bring the table. So from here, save, and returning back to the question paper, he said place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data type, and the primary key used in the table. So I have to take a screenshot from snipping tool and click on new. When I open, let me just go back here. And I can click on new right now and take the screenshot, show him the table name, data name, data type, and if I have a format in here, I can show him like this. I will take the screenshot like this. Click on right click, copy, and you can take it to your evidence document as evidence 5. Paste it over here and save. Back to the question paper. In question 20 said create a one-to-many relationship between the builder ID field. So I have to create relationship we said when we import two table into the database, this is we call it uh, relational database. So we have a relational database. I have to relate and link these two tables together. So to make the relationship, you can go to database tools, and here we have the relationship tool. Click on it, it will open like this. From here you can highlight both of the table and bring them or add them in here. You can close this one and you can maximize and resizing these tables. You can put them like this to see the relationship. Now I need to link two fields called builder ID in both tables. And he said builder ID fields, and you see this S is tell you that we have two fields called builder ID. I have to link them together in both tables. So I have builder ID in here in builder table, and I have builder ID here in Yacht table. So I have to link both builder ID together by just click on builder ID and drag it and drop it into the next builder ID in the next table. When you just drag it on the other builder ID, it will open this dialog box. This is edit a relational window. Here told you we have relate or make a relationship between two builder ID fields, in the first one in the builder ID table and the other in the Yacht table. You can just choose enforce and click on create. Now you have one to many relationship, and we have three kinds of the relationship. The first one is one to one. We have one. Let me just draw this person to just show you the relationship. I will give you an example of the relationship. So we have three kind of relationship. This is one to one, when one person dealing to one. We have here one to one relationship. So we have also to one to many. So one person dealing with many persons. Sorry, my drawing is too bad, but I have to just show you. So here one person is dealing to many with many person. One to many. We have also many to many, like the parents relation with their child. So this is the father, this is the mother, and this is the child's their child. So this is, we call it many to many relationship. So this is the three examples of the relationships. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third. One to one, one to many, and many to many. So this is the three type of the relationship. Going back, now we creating the relationship between both table. So the examiner say places in your evidence document a screenshot showing that one-to-many relationship is created between the two tables. So you can take the screenshot of those two tables as a evidence also, and also you can take it in many different ways. I will take it the screenshot like this to show him the examiner looking for this, looking for the one to many relationship mark, and you have linked the first build ID with the second build ID. See this, taking the full mark, and I have to show you the other way. You can also take a screenshot like this. Just double click on this line and open this one and bring it a little bit here. You can take the screenshot also like this. You can click on new. You
can take the screenshot only for this box as a evidence, and you can even take a screenshot for both of them like this as a screenshot. This is the three ways that you can take the screenshot. Choose the most appropriate one with you. So click on OK, go back to the evidence document, and just paste this over here as evidence 7 and save this evidence document and save the relationship and just close. Now I have linked the both two tables together with the fields called builder IDs. So now in question 21, the examiner say add the following as a new record and as a new record in the Yacht table. So I have to add the following record as a new data in the Yacht table. So opening the Yacht table, go back to database. This is Yacht. Open the Yacht table. To import or add new data we have here, we can go from a record to another by from down here. You can go to the next record. This is take you to the next record. This is take you to the previous. I will go next, activate the previous. Now you can go back to the previous. If you see here we're moving, let me just move 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can move, we can go to the last one, you can go to the first one, we can go by click new. This is give me a new blank record. I can add anything in here. I have my data in here. I can just copy the data. You will have to write it down. I will just highlight and copy the data and put them as a new record in here. Paste. And I can also add the other one. MR.126. Copy. Control V from the keyboard and going back here. 26, 32 cent, 26, and 31 cent, and 79500, 79500, 2011, six and 3. I have to six here and 3. So I insert the new data. I have to save it as a new record. So it's saved right now as a new record. Yes. Now I enter this data and save it in the database. Check. You say check your data entry for any errors and save the data. This is question 1. For you have 2 marks for this question. So we will stop here, inshallah, and we'll continue the rest of the database field task, inshallah, in the next lesson. Thank you very much for seeing my videos. This is Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim. I'm very glad to have you today in my lesson. Thank you very much for seeing these videos. Had a good time, and